We all know about Hunter Biden's dirty deeds. But Sleepy Joe isn't the only top Democrat with a son with some shady business ties. The Daily Mail reports that Nancy Pelosi's son, Paul Pelosi Jr., was involved with 5 separate companies that were each investigated by federal agencies, including a biofuel company that defrauded investors, another company that was previously caught up in an investigation of scam calls that targeted senior citizens, and a medical company accused of testing drugs on people without FDA authorization. But hey, maybe he's just really business savvy, like his mommy and his daddy, whose stock moves are followed by retail traders on TikTok who are looking to be as rich as the Speaker of the House. Miranda Devine is a New York Post columnist and Fox News contributor, and she's here with us now. Miranda, always great to have you on. You're one of my favorites. We hear so much about Hunter Biden, and his story is obviously so colorful with hookers and cocaine and pornography. But now we're hearing about Nancy Pelosi's son. Tell us what he's been up to.
Well, look, there is obviously a corruption problem in Washington, and Paul Pelosi Jr., who's one of Nancy Pelosi's children, has obviously been profiting by his involvement in various companies, which all seem to have come under the investigations of the FBI and the Justice Department for various shady dealings, and most unfortunate for him to have been propelled into high positions in some of these companies, and the companies have fallen into disrepute, but yet nothing has happened to him. And that really is a pattern that we also saw with Hunter Biden. And I think, look, the difference, I guess, here is Joe Biden internationalized what has really been a disease in Washington of influence peddling. We've known that for many decades, and Joe Biden was a past master of it in Delaware and with his very powerful positions in the Senate. And then, of course, he internationalized it when he became vice president. Now, Nancy Pelosi, we also know, has herself enriched herself, as you just mentioned, on these stock picks, which were extremely lucky, over companies that she had regulatory authority over. So that is very suspect and really unfortunate that the Speaker of the House is dabbling in that.
Yeah, it's shady. I mean, Martha Stewart went to jail for that. Why aren't the Pelosis?
Well, exactly. And Nancy Pelosi, when this was raised in Congress, came out and said, oh, it's a free market and we're entitled to do what we like. They are shameless, the Democrats in particular, but I mean, Republicans are also involved in this. They're absolutely shameless in their refusal to be accountable. You don't go into Congress to enrich yourself, but this is what so many of these people have done. It's really disgusting. And then to be, lecturing other countries about corruption when you're behaving in the same or worse fashion. I mean, we saw with the Bidens and with Hunter Biden, Joe Biden was there in Ukraine telling them that they have to do something about their corruption problems, while out the back door his son was getting, millions of dollars. We know, whether it be Russia or China or Kazakhstan or Ukraine, this sort of corruption is commonplace. You don't give the money to the powerful person. You give the money to what in China are called princelings. This is the sons, sometimes daughters, of powerful people, of the oligarchs, of the rulers. And you give the money to them because you're wanting to curry favour with their father or their mother in Pelosi's case. Yeah.
The princelings. Well, Miranda, every day we look a little more like China. It's very sad. Again, the great Miranda Devine, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you, Rachel.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.